Hello?
Who's that?
This is Erica Davidson speaking.
Mrs. Davidson, it's B. Smith here. Is the ride over yet?
B, I thought... No, far from it, I'm afraid. We've lost our phone link-up, which is making communication rather difficult. I think they've disconnected at the prison switchboard.
Oh, the bloody idiots. Listen, I can't talk for long, but is there any chance that I could get to speak to Sandy? This whole thing's getting out of control. If they've got demands, they've got to open negotiations, and soon.
Well, we're ready to negotiate, but we're getting nothing from them. We don't even know whether Officer Faulkner's safe.
Yeah, I saw that on the news. And I tell you, if there's no proper control in there, some of those women will eat him alive. Listen, is there any way you can arrange for me to speak to Sandy or any of the other women? Maybe I can get things moving along.
Well, I'll see what I can do, but a lot depends on the women's reaction, so it may take some time.
Yeah. Well, you know where to find me. I think I've got to go. Somebody else wants to use the phone. Bye. Gotcha. Oh.
As a means to settling this dispute, we are prepared to arrange a telephone conversation between B. Smith and Sandy Edwards or any other responsible representative. As you have disconnected your phone, one of you will have to come across to the visiting suite to take the call. However, you have my personal guarantee that whoever you choose will be allowed to return to the prison afterwards as a mark of our good faith. Could you let me have your decision as soon as possible?
They're bluffing.
I don't think so.
No, they just want one of us over there so they're in a stronger bargaining position.
What if B. Smith did call up? She might have thought of a few lurks we haven't thought of.
That'd be the bloody day. She's a has-been. What good could she possibly do?
Now, don't underestimate her. She still cracks a big whip around here, and don't you forget it. What do you reckon, Kate?
I think someone should go, but I don't think it should be Sandy. This is her show. She's too valuable here.
Well, she's the one B wants to talk to.
Yes, but if it is a trick and they don't let her back in, we've lost our leader.
You reckon?
Well, who do you think ought to go?
Me?
You? Why you? You're needed here in the hospital.
Rubbish, all the fighting's over.
What if it starts up again and they don't let you back?
I think we can stop them from doing that.
Hey, Mrs. Davidson! That's close enough. We accept your proposal, but with a couple of conditions.
What are the conditions?
First of all, it won't be Sandy Edwards who's coming over. It'll be Kate Peterson.
Smith asked for Edwards.
You said or a representative. Now, we've decided on Peterson, and that's it. Take it or leave it.
What is the other condition?
We want a swap. While Peterson's over with you, we want one of your officers over here. Sort of a safeguard. When you finish with Peterson, we'll send the screw back. As a mark of your good faith.
You're being very unreasonable. You already have Mr. Faulkner.
Oh, come off it. We don't want to swap him. Finders keepers, if you know what I mean.
Very well. We'll let you know when the call is connected.
Well, no more trips to the loo for you, eh? Hope they've got someone to relieve you. Ooh, relieve you. Hey, Boris Karloff, I made a joke. Ooh. Oh, forget it.
Oh, this rigmarole. Oh, I tell you, you women from Wentworth are more trouble than you're worth. Anybody would think you were a private patient with all these privileges.
This is not exactly a private call, sister.
That has nothing to do with it. You keep so many people tied up who could be better employed doing something worthwhile.
Thank you, Florence Nightingale. Hello?
Smith, this is Erica Davidson. If you'll just hold on, I'll inform the women that your call is through. It may take some time, so I don't think you've been disconnected. By the way, you'll be speaking to Kate Peterson, not Sandy Edwards.
I asked for Sandy.
Yes, I know you did, but I'm afraid it was out of my hands. It was the women's decision. Well, you can ask Peterson when you speak to her.
Now, if you will just hold on, I'll get her.
There's not a word from Steve, and I wonder what's happened to Janet. There's not been a sign as to whether they're alive or dead.
It's such a waste of time. We should just be storming the place. Well...
Winter, this is Mrs. Davidson. Winter, are you there? The call with B. Smith has been connected. Will you send over Kate Peterson?
Not so fast. Where's your part of the deal?
I'll go.
No, I'll go. You both realize how dangerous this could be. You don't know what you'll find when you get over there.
Yes, but I can handle myself in an emergency. Anyway, as senior ranking officer, it's my place to go.
Well, I've told Mrs. Powell there are to be no foolish heroics. I hope she doesn't do anything foolish.
Righto, you. On the count of 3, start moving towards me. Kate'll move off at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
Don't try anything. Leave everything to me. Good afternoon, Mrs. Davidson, Mrs. Morris.
B. Smith is on the phone. She's not very happy. She was expecting Edwards.
The women didn't think it was a good idea having their leader alone in the enemy camp.
Well, let us go to the visiting suite.
Hello, B.
Well, bloody hell, you took your time, didn't you?
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, look, all right. What happened to Sandy?
Well,
She's already got one hostage. What more could you want?
Look, I can handle it, B. I'll relate everything you've said back to Sandy. Now, what are your suggestions?
Well, are you alone there?
No, Mrs. Davidson's here.
Yeah, we'll get rid of her.
Right, I'll tell her. She says she'll only talk to me if I'm here alone. I'm sorry.
All right.
Right, she's gone.
Yeah, well, it probably doesn't make any difference. They've most likely got the call bugged anyway. Listen, tell me, how much of a hand did Mari Winter have in organising this show?
Nothing at all, as far as I can tell. Sandy was the one who gave the word.
Yeah? All right. But I'll bet my new kiddie that Mari had something to do with it. It's got her stamp all over it. Is Sandy still in control?
Yes, completely. Margot Gaffney is beginning to stir a bit, though.
She would. Tell Sandy to keep an eye on her and Mari. They're both trouble. Oh, and whose stupid idea it was to throw that Screw's uniform out the window? It was bloody idiotic. All that sort of thing does is get you bad press, and you need that like you need a double hernia. Now, if your demands are reasonable, you might just get him on side, and that could help to sway the outcome, as long as things start happening soon.
Look, I haven't got too much longer. Look, what else do you want me to tell Sandy?
Tell her to draw up a list of demands that are reasonable. Add in a few little ones that don't really matter, unimportant ones. Oh, and under no circumstances is that Screw to be harmed in any way. And that means keeping the man-hungry ones away from him as well. If anything happens to him, you can kiss any of your chances goodbye.
I've locked him in one of the cells. He's perfectly safe. Listen, my time's up. I'm going to have to hang up. Don't worry, I'll pass on everything you've said.
Yeah, well, tell Sandy to quit playing silly buggers and pull her finger out. Time is running out and you're getting nowhere. You have got to start negotiations.
Right, I'll tell her, don't worry. And look, don't worry about us. Just look after yourself and try and get some rest, will you? Bye.
Get some rest, she says. Fat chance.
Davidson's taken a bit of a risk sending you over, pal. I would have thought they would have sent someone who wasn't quite so hated.
You don't scare me, Gaffney. I volunteered. Besides, if anything does happen to me, you lose Kate Peterson.
Why should I give a stuff about her? I hardly even know her.
Shut up, Margot, and leave her alone.